I'm making a prediction. Food trends come and go all the time in LA, and it's about time that Macedonia is given a churn. But out of all the dishes that come out of Macedonia, which is going to be the one dish that really cuts through? Which is going to be the one dish that is really widely accepted by Hollywood and hipsters and all the other different stereotypes we got here? One word: Aivar. What's so special about Aivar? Well, a couple of things. First off, we already got a street named after it. It's spelled wrong, but it's close enough. Next, Aivar is totally vegetarian. Not only is it vegetarian, it's completely vegan. So I'm smelling a winner here, and I want to be on the forefront of the coming Aivar revolution. So you might ask yourself, what is Aivar? How do I make it? I'm glad you asked. I'm going to show you. I'm Nick Sadovsky. This is the Better Balkan. Let's get started with the obvious. What is Aivar? Aivar is basically a spread. It's not quite a sauce. It's not quite a dip. Somewhere in the middle. And it's composed of two basic ingredients: red bell peppers and eggplants. You can buy Aivar, and based off of the jar, sometimes the primary ingredient will be red bell peppers, and sometimes the primary ingredient will be eggplant. Today, we are going to merge the two and have pretty much a 50-50 split. Alright, first things first, we gotta get these roasted. And there's two ways to do it. There's the barbecue route, and then there's the oven route. If you're gonna go the oven route, it's very simple. You take your piperka, and yes, this will from now on be referred to as a piperka. You cut it in half, put it skin side up in the oven, turn it on high, and let it roast up till it's pretty much all black. Same thing with the eggplant. It is a beautiful day out today, so I think I'm going to use the barbecue route. I'll see you guys outside. Now that your piperki and eggplant have finished roasting, we're going to take the bag, leave it in a bowl, and then put a towel on top. This is basically going to create steam inside there, and when that happens, it's going to make all that excess peel, it's going to make the peel just fall off much easier. You're going to leave them like this till they're basically cool enough to handle. Now that they've had enough time to cool, it's time to peel. Try to be as thorough as you can as you're trying to peel these. And same thing with the eggplant. After we did a basic peeling of our peppers and our eggplants, now comes the very important part of just doing a complete cleaning and making sure there's no seeds and no peels in there. There's not a whole lot of ingredients in an Aivar, so there's really no excuse to be lazy about it. If your Aivar has seeds or peels in it, you didn't learn it from me. So you take your pepper, you run it under some water, any kind of peels that you might see right there, you pull them off right now. Any kind of seeds, they go. There you go. The peppers have been cleaned out. We're going to do the same thing with the eggplant. With the eggplant, it's a little bit more tricky. You just have to pull these out, basically, to get all the seeds out of there. Those fall out right there. Now that we've finished cleaning them out completely, we're going to let them sit in a strainer for a little while and let all that extra water just drain on out. After your eggplant and your piperki have been thoroughly cleaned out and strained, it should look a little something like this. Now that they're completely cleaned out, this is where the magic part happens. In a perfect world, you would take your eggplant and your piperki meat and put it in a meat grinder and let it kind of grind them up into sort of like a pulp. I don't have a meat grinder, and you don't want to put them in a food processor because you turn them into soup basically. But fortunately, I have a super high-tech Aivar making device. It's called the knife. Our old friend Mr. Knife. It works for a whole lot of things. Making Aivar is just one of them. You want a knife that's got a little bit of an arch to it, and I'll show you why right now. What you're going to want to do is take your knife and start cutting things into strips. And after you start cutting into strips, you start rolling them. Same thing with the eggplants. Just chopping those up. Then you mix them all together. Once they've been mixed, same thing. Once you got a rough cut, you can just start getting a little bit more mashy with it. And after you've hashed out your aggression for a while, it should end up like this. Okay, we're in the final stretch right now. All we gotta do is cook up everything we made. So I'm gonna add some olive oil to a pan, churn it on, and now we just add in our Aivar. The only kind of seasoning I need to add to this are gonna be some garlic, and we're gonna add salt to taste. So you can add as much or as little salt as you'd like. Again, this is your recipe. You can do with it whatever you want. We're gonna let this slowly cook and kind of simmer down for about 30 minutes or so. And that's pretty much Aivar. Pipirki, eggplant, garlic, and salt. Doesn't get much more simpler than that. Now that you have your Aivar, you might ask, what can I do with it? What can't you do with it? You can put it on eggs. You can put it on a steak. You can put it on chicken. You can put it on rice. If you're going to a party, you want a cracker platter like I got right here. Use it as a spread right there. It really works for everything. But sometimes the simplest ways are the best ways. This is how I prefer to eat it. Get yourself a piece of toast. Get yourself a good dollop of Aivar right here. You spread it on just like that. Oh, a little bit more, why not? Get yourself a piece of belo zlato and crumble it right on top, just like that. And that looks like a whole lot of delicious childhood memories. Nothing better. I'm Nick Tarovsi. This has been the Better Balkan. Hey guys, if you like what you've been seeing and you want a more interactive experience, you can head on down to Facebook and search under the Better Balkan. While you're there, you'll be able to find links to all of my videos. You can chat with me directly, send me a message if you have any questions about any of the recipes that I've covered, any of the music on the show, or if you have any suggestions about recipes that you want to see me cover. If you have suggestions about recipes, please have a couple of pictures of these recipes. Sometimes these things are a little bit hard to find, so pictures would be a big help. If you have any questions about life in general, I'll be happy to answer them. Even if I don't know the answer, I'll be happy to make something up. That being said, hope you've been enjoying the videos. Keep on cooking.